Hello and welcome to Chapter 7, Lesson 2. Today we're going to be talking about the order of operations. Alright, so I have this little handout thing on the next page. So you don't have to write it down on this one. I made it a little bigger so it's easier to see. But the main thing is these two sections right here. Okay, everybody likes to do please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. This is not correct. We do not write it all on top of each other. Do not do that. My dear is on the same level and Aunt Sally is on the same level. Okay, so let's go to the next page where you can get it a little bit bigger and copy it into your notebooks. It's so incredibly important. All right, now as I said before, multiplying and dividing, they are the same level of importance. And so we are going to work them from left to right. You can remember it because it's just like you read. Okay, so if we have this example right here, now this is a lot trickier than we're going to be doing today, but so first we're going to be doing parentheses or different grouping symbols. Later today we will see brackets also count as parentheses, okay, because they group things together. We do all of the grouping things first. So I do 6 minus 3 first. I do what's inside the parentheses. 2 times 3 is 6, and then I would square it. And I do 3 plus 1. And I would bring everything else down right below. I'm not moving anything around. Everything follows right below it. Next, I'm going to do exponents. 6 squared is the same as 6 times 6. Okay, it is not 6 times 2. If it was that, we would have written 6 times 2. So don't make that mistake. 6 times 6 is 36. And notice all the arrows that show exactly what they're doing and when. Next, I'm going to multiply and or divide. So I only have one multiply there. Boom. And then I'm going to add or subtract, which is also from left to right, just like we read. Okay, so I'm going to start here, and then I'm going to do these ones. Okay? Which really, if they're all add, then I know that it doesn't matter because the commutative property of addition tells me I could add them in any order. But anyways, let's do some practice problems. The table shows the number of calories burned in 1 minute for 2 different activities. So when you're swimming, you burn 12 calories per minute. When you're running, you burn 10 calories per minute. Nathan swims for 4 minutes, then runs for 8 minutes. How many calories has Nathan burned in all? Now this question in and of itself is not so tricky, but we want you to write it in expression form. So I would need to multiply 12, which is calories I burn for swimming in 1 minute, and multiply it by 4, so it says swims for 4 minutes. Then runs for 8 minutes, so I need to multiply 10 times 8. So if I write my expression out, I'm going to first do multiplying from left to right, so I have to do 12 times 4 is 48. Bring down my plus, bring down my 10 times 8. Multiply 8 times 10 and I'd get 80 plus 48. 80 and 48 is 128. If I'm not able to do that in my head, I can pull it to the side over here. We don't ever do any kind of calculations when we're solving because we want it to just be very linear. If we have any calculations we have to do, we do them off to the side. 8 and 4 is 12, 128. Okay, so he has burned 128 calories. The order of operations is a set of rules to follow when more than one operation is used in an expression. Okay, so 1 parentheses, 2 exponents, 3 multiply or divide in order from left to right, 4 add or subtract in order from left to right. So there's 4 steps really. We would think that there would be 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 4, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We'd think there would be 6 of them, right? Please excuse my dear Aunt Sally. But really, there are 4 levels. 3, 4. Let's try another one. Parentheses includes brackets as well as braces. Okay, I didn't talk about that. Braces are kind of hard to write, but they also are included in the parentheses, the P step. Perform operations inside the parentheses first, then perform the operations inside the brackets, and finally perform inside the braces. Whoa, check out that one. All right, let's give it a shot. So we start from work inside out when we have multiple brackets or braces or parentheses, whatever you want to say. So 20 is going here, 4 goes there, 4 goes here, and then this is 10 divided by 2. So I'm going to start the innermost thing first. 10 divided by 2 is 5. Okay, bring everything else down. 4 plus 5 is 9. Bring everything else down. 4 plus 9 is 13. Now that I have, like once I perform and I get one number inside of a parentheses or brackets or braces or whatever, then I drop the braces or brackets or parentheses. So I'm doing 20 minus 13 is 7. So when I do all this calculating here, I get 7. So we kind of work inside out. Ones that are the inside, then I add on that one, then I add on that one, and then I do the final. Wow, that was cool. All right, let's try another one. All right, so here I want you to pay attention to the words that they're using. They're using the word evaluate. Oftentimes I get kids who ask me, well, what does it want me to do? It says evaluate. I don't only know how to solve things. Evaluate is just another word of solving. Okay, simplify, evaluate, they mean the same things. There are some operations you can perform in this expression, and they just want you to take as far down as possible. Okay, so if I plug in my 28 here, 2 times 4 squared divided by 8. First I'm going to do 4 squared. 4 times 4 is 16. Then I have to do what's inside my parentheses. 2 times 16, 32. Okay, bring everything else down. 32 divided by 8 is 4. And 28 plus 4 is... back up to 32. How about that? All right, so then my answer is 32. So let's take a look at this. Explain why it's important to follow the order of operations when evaluating 15 plus 3 times 4. 15 plus 3 times 4. Okay, so if I follow order of operations, first I'm going to multiply, which is probably not what your natural instinct would have been. It would have been to work from left to right, but we remember multiplication is more important than addition, and so we're going to do that first, and then we're going to get 27 for our answer once we have evaluated or simplified the expression. Remember, expression is just another word for an equation that doesn't have an equal sign. Equations would have an equal sign, expressions do not. All right, so I'm going to ask tomorrow that you show your work step by step by step, bringing everything down each time. So, thanks for watching. We'll see you tomorrow.